Hey everybody, Bryan Broaddus here, and welcome once again to The Stack here on Crown Global Media. Iisha, you got your scouting buddies calling you on information? Yeah. What do you got going on there?
Oh, actually, it's a reporter, so I wonder what they're talking about, maybe.
Some reporters, do we maybe have a defentive coordinator?
Let's pray about it.
Yeah, kind of hearing about that stuff. So yes, welcome to The Stack. I have my scouts here, my buddies, Iisha Morrison and Zach Wolchuk. And what we're going to talk about today is we're just trying to kind of bounce around and talk about some of these positions. And today I want to focus on the running backs. Okay, if you're new to the stack, welcome. And if you're a fan of another team, welcome. We love to. Yeah, you guys got some gear.
Yeah, we got some threads,
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later on.
So loose, feeling so good.
Feeling so good. Feeling that. Well, the thing but if you're a fan of another team or you're a fan of, we have a Dallas Cowboy thought, but we also like to talk about all the players here. So I know there's a lot of people who are like, whoa, what's going to happen at 12? What's going to happen at 20? There's other things that happen in the draft, and it's our responsibility to make sure that you know about all these players. And I want to go through these running backs, and I got 4 running backs I want to go through.
Okay.
But I want you to, and I'll give you the opportunity to tell me about these running backs, but I want to go through them in the way of how you see, if I give you a trait, who is the guy that has that trait?
Yes.
And like I said, it's like the first 4 running backs I think about. As we go along in our program here, we're going to have a lot of conversations. We'll be talking about 4th and 5th round guys and stuff, but we'll talk about the top guys right now. But I want to go through and kind of, if I say, let me do this first though. Let me do this first. I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk about these guys, okay? And then we'll play the who's got the vision, who's got the burst, who can catch the ball better, that kind of thing. So I will start. I will let you guys start this thing off. And what I want to do with it is I want to start with the first running back on the board that a lot of consensus has. And Iisha, I'll start with you on this one. Is Jeremiyah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. We got a couple of Notre Dame, couple of Golden Domers here we're working with. But I want you, Iisha, to kind of talk me through your evaluation of Jeremiyah Love from Notre Dame.
Well, we got another baby nugget. Just 20 years old. That's
hashtag baby nugget.
Baby nugget. That's
That's the next T-shirt.
You got to get that shirt going. Tater tots and baby nuggets.
That's a trend with this draft. Like every time I'm watching, there's gonna be a lot of baby nuggets.
Yeah, it's like 20-year-olds or you get the 25-year-olds.
It's crazy because
I know it was the 20-year-old corner we were looking at.
Christy Scales brought up today that like it's insane, but like a couple years ago it was like the inverse, right?
Right.
Remember we were talking about COVID and stuff. So now guys are coming out. So this is a young player. He's 6 foot. 214, 215-ish, I want to say. I think that this guy's build is fit for the position. And I know that I know people don't like to say that, but when you look at him, you see...
So it fits your eye.
You see a running back.
Yeah.
This gentleman was a highly decorated, accomplished player, extremely experienced. He started all 12 games this past year. He tied the record for rushing touchdowns with 18 for Notre Dame. So very productive in his time with the team. So one thing that stands out to me, listen, guys, you talk about vision. I'm not sure this guy has amazing vision, but he surveys the field. I think that there's other gentlemen we're going to talk about that I think have better vision than this player does. I said he has a stout, balanced build, but he is a higher runner. You'll see him
upright.
Yes, he's a little bit more upright. I don't know if you guys see how he stands. It's not genty.
No, it's not the Mike Myers stance.
But it is like he's literally...
He starts upright.
He starts pretty upright. I wanted to ask you guys, before I get too deep into it, is that something that concerned you when you first started watching him?
One of the greatest players I ever saw with an upright running style, or are you saying just the start? or the way that he runs?
I think he does run a little upright. Now, he is bad. Okay.
Eric Dickerson to me was the guy, and this is being 62 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And this not being a nugget, this being like an
ancient fossil.
This is not.
We're dusting the fossil off.
Exactly. This is very National Geographic. But the thing with Eric Dickerson, he was a tall runner, but he was a 6'2". He was that kind of guy. I mean, his running style. If you told me there was a guy, remember a guy named Robert Smith, Ohio State,
Minnesota
Viking. He ran like he was sitting in a chair. So sometimes you have these guys that run like this, and then some guys that play down.
Would DeMarco Murray be a good example of that?
Murray.
I would think about a Darren McFadden.
Yeah,
there you go.
I would think about a Charbonnet. We were talking about him coming out as
even
well.
Jameer Gibbs a little bit.
Yeah.
And I saw some Gibbs in Love's game.
Okay. That's where I was getting at.
Go ahead.
Great minds thinking alike.
I'll finish with them. But that's one thing that stood out to me that I wanted to before I talk to. Another thing that stood out to me was how much they used him as a quick outlet out the backfield, and using his explosiveness downhill. This is a guy that can really help you in the screen game because he's dominant in the open field. He can really make guys miss. I said that he's efficient. His efficient contact balance as a blocker stands out. That's one thing I also noticed is this is a guy that's not afraid to take. It's
important now with these blockers.
It's incredibly important because, again, we're going to get into a couple of the guys that do not pass protect as good.
Right.
No.
And so it's not just the contact balance that he plays with as a back. It's also too as a blocker that I think is something that should help him translate to the NFL. I said first time, was it weird that they kept having him lead block for his quarterback? What in the blue star?
Him and Price would do some of that. It was interesting with
it
the
stressed
RPO
me out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool with the RPOs, Notre Dame, but come on.
Do I want my star runner doing that?
No. What are you doing? So I will say that was weird to me. Okay, so I think he has elite short area burst, breakaway speed.
Right.
Whether it's in space or between the tackles, I think that he produces chunk yard plays. He will really hurt you with some of these explosive plays. He has good drive from his lower half, and he fights through initial contact most of the time.
Yes.
This is a guy that's going to be falling forward, getting on your nerves, really putting his knees above his pads, like in front of his pads. I think that he also, too, it was insane to see how much production he was able to have with that damn offensive line.
Yeah.
My God, that Notre Dame offensive line, there were so many times this guy is making something out of nothing.
Right.
With how much penetration people were getting. The stop and start ability really forces a lot of missed tackles from him. He's physical between the tackles, like I said, and I told you that his balanced build really stresses linebackers, I think, at the second level.
Yeah.
He makes people have to make business decisions.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a safety coming down that don't want to tackle. You got a linebacker coming down that can't handle guys in space. He's gonna make them pay. And I just really think that I loved his patience to see it and go. Did you guys feel like he was patient to see it and go?
No.
Or did you feel like it took too long to progress? Does he have some?
Well, I think he sees it and goes. I don't think he's the most patient guy.
Okay, that's interesting.
I didn't think he was the most patient runner in terms of letting it to develop. I think he sees it and he's going to just attack it.
I kind of felt that way with Emmett Johnson with Nebraska.
Yeah.
When we were going to get to him.
I know we're going to get to him, but this
I didn't see the patience. I think there was more patience with the Notre Dame with Love than there was with Emmett Johnson.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I feel like you do see him kind of stand up because I think maybe it's the standing up that makes it look patient. Maybe it's because he's like a tick behind or like a little slower out of his stance. But there's times where you see him kind of, again, surveying the field. Ball security is huge with him.
Oh, he is
one fumble after 3 years.
Fantastic.
Obviously, for a running back, that's something you're really looking at. I also said that I think, the transition from running back to wide receiver is bomb.
He can play in the slot. I mean, he's got tremendous hands.
He can run out routes. He can run counter routes, corner routes. You see him run wheel routes.
Yep.
This is a guy, when I was looking at his tape, I really thought he was one of the, as I've watched so far, one of the better running backs that smoothly transitions from running back. You see them line him out wide. They'll bring him inside. They just want to line him up and do different things. And I also said that I think he shows really good ball skills for a running back. To be able to catch the ball. It doesn't look odd when the ball's in his hands. It's very clean with his hands, and he's turning upfield and he's looking for something to happen. I just think this guy really is kind of like maybe obviously he's the number one guy for a reason, but as an all-around back, I think that he has pretty much everything you looking for, and he got some swag and some energy and stuff to him too. So what you got? That's what I felt from the player. Hopefully that's cool.
Jeremiyah Love, Notre Dame.
Pretty much agree with everything you said about Jeremiyah Love. The explosiveness, the swagger that he plays with, his ability to get to top speed in a hurry, I think is really, really impressive. Tackles just kind of fall off, like defenders will fall off him. He's always falling forward. Everything you said there, can play in between the tackles, has the speed to hit the corner, turn it upfield. I really, there's not a lot that you don't like about him. The start-stop quickness is there. You see the ball skills. One-handed snag that he had against Texas A&M was super impressive. The ability to line him up all over the formation, can play some slot. He does have, to me, I comped him like, could he be a Jahmyr Gibbs-like player? Because you saw that from Gibbs coming out of Alabama. The receiving skills, the explosiveness, the speed. He's a mismatch problem. And I think that there are a lot of things as a weapon. I mean, you talk about even going back to high school, he won a state title in the 100 meters. So he's a tremendous runner, and he's got the long speed, not only the short bursts, but the long finishing speed, but the toughness that he's able to showcase. And he really was the Notre Dame offense this year for the majority of the time. So I loved him. I mean, I don't think there's a lot to not like about him. Is he as good maybe when you're comping some of the elite backs like Bijan Robinson that we saw, Ashton last year? I think he might be on just a little bit of the next tier, but he's right there in terms of the conversation with the Jahmyr Gibbs and those type of runners that we've had. He deserves to be a first-round pick.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Before we get into the next evaluation, I did see too, in addition to the track and field, that he also too. I mean, this guy. They didn't use it a lot at Notre Dame, but he does have return ability as well.
He does.
I wonder if that's something that matters. It seems like it does matter to most
when he becomes a starter, they won't do it anymore.
They're not going to let him touch that.
He should be a starter.
He should be a day one starter.
Now, his backup, that dude showed the return ability.
Oh, he can get busy.
Well, then, Zach, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and talk about Jadarian Price. Then.
Tell us about him.
Jadarian Price, 5'11", 210, running back at Notre Dame. Now, that's a local DFW kid. I know we got a lot of listeners that are outside of DFW, and that's totally, hey, we love you, and we thank you for that. But Denison High School, a high school that I think a lot of us are very familiar with, missed his freshman season at Notre Dame, had an Achilles injury.
Sure did.
But since then, he's bounced back, and he's playing behind Jeremiyah Love. Was an All-American this past season as the second running back, says a lot. And you're talking about a guy, a lot of tread left on the tires, right? Because he only had 113 carries, 674 yards, 11 touchdowns. Also, kick returner. Became the first player in Fighting Irish history, and this is pretty, I mean, that's a long history of success. To have multiple 100-plus kick returns and for touchdowns in games. 41 total games, never started. Now, I don't think that's a knock.
No.
But that he averaged 6.8 yards per carry in his career. He's a guy that he gets the football. You know he's going to get usually a chunk play out of this thing. So, he had a big return against USC, had a return for a touchdown against Purdue. So you've got the special teams element there. I think he's the perfect size. Like for me, fitting my eye for a running back, physically, tree trunks for legs. I mean, so powerful in the lower half, runs with power, tremendous contact balance. This guy really is able to maintain his speed to get to the corner. I like the initial burst. I like the acceleration to get to and through the hole there. Yeah. Can make the first man miss consistently, which is very impressive. Super complimentary piece to Jeremiyah Love. But I think that he really can be a starting running back. I think teams are going to like him a lot. And just from a Cowboy lens, I have already heard there's whispers they like this kid in the building there at Frisco. Now, I don't know that they're going to be in a position to take him because you don't have a day 2 pick. He's probably going to be a second-round player. But I do think there is affinity for Jadarian Price inside the Cowboys building there, and I'm sure other teams are also going to be eyeing him. So liking him. Tough player to tackle. He's got a mean stiff arm, downhill runner, and he's a guy, the home run hitting ability, breakaway speed, he's got that. So finishes runs, he's always falling forward for extra yards, knows for the end zone. I mean, 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, 11 touchdowns, yeah.
Here's the knock on him.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Pass protection,
Yeah.
and he can't catch the football.
Yep.
And it's not, and I shouldn't say
It's amazing
catch
for
the
being a
football.
returner that he can't catch the
I know.
football as
They
well as he does.
They didn't do it,
Yeah.
right? I think he had 13 catches
Yeah.
or 15 total receptions his entire career there at Notre Dame.
Yeah, last year he had 6 receptions for 87 yards.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about 3 years, 15 catches, 6 catches
Yeah.
last
Receiving
year.
yeah.
touchdowns.
And he graded out, and it is PFF, and we love you, PFF. If we've got some consumers, you got to take it sometimes with a grain of salt, but their college ranking, 25.3 was his pass blocking grade.
Yeah.
So he's a guy, the pass blocking, and is he a 2-down back?
Right.
That's kind of the question. But as a pure runner, Jadarian Price is phenomenal.
Whose vision is better between these two guys? Because I think this guy's.
I think Price's vision I did like more than Love's. Yeah,
I think his vision
I
is
agree
better.
with you there.
Also, too, interesting, and I'm asking you gentlemen as evaluators, this is a flat-footed runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you guys
Is
give
it
me some
kind of-
I
flat-footed
can't.
runners?
I was. It's funny you brought that up, and I couldn't think of one.
Marion Barber?
Was he flat-footed?
Maybe.
He was flat-footed.
When you're saying flat-footed,
Not up on your toes.
He's not on his
He's
toes.
not.
His
No,
feet
yeah,
are flat.
kind of shuffle.
Shuffle.
Shuffle guy.
Yes, his feet are flat to the ground.
Yeah.
Like he's not.
I know if I go back through my history, there's somebody that was a shuffle. Well, DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray
Maybe-
was a shuffle.
DeMarco Murray
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a little bit
and
of
his
a.
feet long.
Definitely.
Yeah,
But,
but he was kind of when he was running through the holes and stuff. He was kind of that.
I wanted to bring that up because I wondered if, for a running back, is that something that is concerning, or is it something that you wonder about with a runner? Is that
I never thought about it that way. I never saw anything that said, "Oh, flat-footed runner," because you think about being on your toes to be a little bit more bursty.
Yeah.
Yes.
that way. You
Yes.
know, kind
So-
of be able to be a little bit more shifty. You know.
But it's interesting though because this is a decisive runner.
Yeah.
Oh, very much so.
It does not take.
Oh, he'll
him
make
long.
people miss.
Yeah, it doesn't take him long to put his foot in the
he'll break
ground.
tackles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, maybe his feet are like where he gets
Not an
that
issue
power.
for me at all, but it is different when you watch him.
Yeah.
It stands out just kind of the running style.
Yeah, and then also too, he has I think he has some longer strides to him
Yeah.
too. It's not like choppy with him. He really kind of opens up. I think his lateral quickness, like you said, I think it allows him to capture the edge, and he can really make you pay. But I think also too, he makes you have to attack angles because these guys. I mean, he can really capture
Yeah.
the edge and make guys pay. I will say, I'm sure his offensive line loves him. Because he only needs you to make one mistake, and
He
can
made the
find
line look
small.
good.
Yeah.
Whereas Love's like, oh my gosh, this poor dude might not have a chance initially, and then
he
he's
needs
doing
a
Houdini stuff.
small crease.
Right.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that I'm sure offensive linemen like because they don't have to hold
those
blocks
blocks.
too
There you go.
long.
Yeah.
They
Chewing
can-
through the hole.
Yeah,
right?
Went through the hole.
I said that I do think he does possess sneaky change of direction and pace. It's weird because it doesn't look like shifty, but it's effective.
It's
with
effective. He
with
gets
his
there.
cutback ability. And some of
It's
the
like,
stuff that
is he
does.
laboring? Does it look like it's challenge? But no, he's
It doesn't.
able to get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and also too, that this was my knock on him. I said, this is not a powerful runner. This is a player with great balance, though. I see a player that plays with toughness, but very under control.
Yep.
Very under control.
Very
100%.
under control player. Like, it's not fluky looking with him. It's not super pretty, honestly, all the
Yeah.
time. But it just, he's under control.
Yeah.
What did you
Well,
think?
and
No,
I
I think you
fit
got him
in
right.
Scheme, like the various
Yeah.
schemes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to go the power, hey, running downhill, outside zone, inside zone. I think
Yeah.
you can do it all.
But I asked about his feet because sometimes, did you guys catch him losing his feet?
No, I thought his balance was fantastic.
I caught him losing his feet at times.
I thought there were times I didn't think he was as good at balance as Love was.
Yeah.
I thought that maybe that Price was a little bit more, but if you start to talk about like the elusiveness, though,
yeah, it's there.
they're both
it's there.
very similar
well, that
there.
might
but
just be the flat feet you're talking
Yeah.
I
about.
think it's the
you know?
feet. I think it's
it
his
is.
feet
I think
because
it is.
sometimes you see him, he sees it so quick, he
Yeah.
puts his foot in the ground,
And then
he almost
is
like
stumbling.
stumbling.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
is it your
But he
feet?
does catch himself, so that might be why to me. I'm
Well, there's
like,
the balance,
contact
for
balance
sure.
is fantastic, but it could be like he's almost his feet are moving so fast,
Yeah.
the rest of his body can't catch up.
I really want to see when he tests and things like that.
Yeah, how he
with
looks.
running backs.
Those bags and stuff.
I
Like
want to
that, you'll
look at
tell,
I want to look at the running back's feet because this
Yeah.
is the first time I was looking at a guy and I was like,
Flat-footed.
oh, his feet is flat.
But he also had 3 fumbles last year. So those are the things, the boxes he's got to check off. As a pure
Absolutely.
running back, love him, but he's got to prove, can he pass protect? Can he catch the football? And then just clean up the ball security.
All right, I'm done talking about him. I'm just saying.
What do you think, Brian?
No, I tell you what, I think you guys absolutely have him right. I think you do. I think the flat-footedness is interesting. I didn't see it that way. I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't notice it because I did see some of the elusiveness. And you're thinking, like, if a guy is that elusive, how is he? But it's something that you're like, man, maybe she's
But you're right. No, that
because
is
of the
there.
contact or the balance and stuff.
The feet
because
probably help with the balance.
Yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
probably why he is flat.
That's a great deal. I should tell me about Jonah Coleman from the University of Washington.
So first of all, he dropped weight this past year. Sounds like he, let go.
Want to be quicker?
So he wasn't 220?
Huh?
Because this dude's a freaking bowling ball.
What you say? I know. He just like it. I have mad PTSD from that time that was it C.J. Anderson towed the Cowboys
Yes.
up. He rolled off the couch
Yep.
and then rolled over the Cowboys defense that year. Anytime I hear bowling ball, I get like
Hey, and C.J. Anderson was.
I get like sick. But
thick as a
yes,
bowl of oatmeal.
Jonah Coleman, Arizona transferred to Washington. This is a Stockton, California native, 5'9" to 15-ish.
Ish. We'll stress the ish.
We gonna get officials, you know what I'm saying?
We get him close, yeah.
11 starts this past year, and he played in 12 of the 13 games. This gentleman had 758 yards off of 156 receptions, 15 touchdowns, 17 total with 2 rushing. I watched Illinois, I watched Colorado State, I watched Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And 37 touchdowns on his career. So this is a productive player. This is a guy that has had, some production in college. The first thing that stood out to me was how intently powerful he is. And when
You
I
were
say-
questioning, hey, could this guy run? That's what you were questioning.
What you talking about?
It's just because he's tiny.
No, it's-
No, not because he's tiny, but you were worried about his speed.
He's
weren't you?
slow. Well, he doesn't have the.
I said,
elite
let me
long
get to
speed.
his feet. Look, I said his
Let me get to his
feet
feet.
confused me
There we go.
because I can't figure out if they're slow or fast or if they just worked for him.
He's yes.
What is it?
He's a chopper.
Their
Like,
feet
he's
don't
always-
stop moving.
He's always driving his feet.
He's always driving his feet.
feet are
but
always.
yeah.
He's like a
Yeah.
rabbit.
But are the feet effective? That's what, I was looking at them. I'm like, are they a problem? Are they helping you? What is wrong with your feet?
Yeah.
What did you tell me what y'all thought
I
about
just don't see a home run hitter here.
I don't see that either. I don't see
Yeah,
the
and
breakaway speed like
I
that.
I see snaps where this guy gets walked down.
yeah.
Like he gets
Oh,
in the
yeah.
open field, and all of a sudden, where the other ones were Love and Price and those guys, and we're going to get to Emmett Johnson from Nebraska, but I kind of felt like maybe the patience, the vision, all that thing, and maybe the patience is patience because he's not fast.
It's what it is to me. I think he builds up his long speed. It takes a
Yeah.
while.
Oh, he's like a chicka.
Yeah, like he's got the short area quickness, but then it's like, okay, as soon as he gets to the second level, he's
Yeah.
still not quite there. The third level, because you do see him start to run away from
Yeah.
people eventually,
And
but it takes a while
But what's
to get
crazy
there.
too is like you said, but I think the short area quickness is there.
It's there.
Yeah.
I think he has some swift cutback ability.
Right.
He can create positive yardage for himself.
Yeah.
Like it ain't,
'cause
sometimes
he
it
can
don't be
juke,
there.
Dart,
Yes.
start, stop
Yeah.
to be able to avoid people at the second level.
But I do think that he can press defenders. I see what you're saying about him
Right.
sometimes being able to get knocked back, but I
Yeah.
do think he's a little havocy
yeah.
when he
I mean,
gets to
I
the
think
second
this
level.
is
You don't think he's havocy?
Havocy.
Havocy.
What do you
Explain
mean?
havocy.
Like violence?
Yeah, the way that he plays,
Oh, no,
he's trying to cause some problems.
Yeah,
when he gets
no,
there.
no, he
he's
can be
trying
hard to
wreak some-
tackle. He can be hard to
He's
tackle.
definitely trying to wreak some
Havocy.
havocy. Yeah.
He's havocy. Yeah, because he's looking like I agree with you because he's looking to deliver shots to defend.
Yeah,
why
I
said-
think so,
and that's
too,
why I
you know.
said he is.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I said. He's intently
Yes.
powerful.
Like he wants to run through you, but
finish is important to him. I think
very much so, and I love that. I love the run temperament that he plays.
Yeah,
with.
I like the plant and drive and accelerate. He has like he's not fast long. He's fast short.
Right. Yeah.
Fast long. No fast long, fast short.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
It takes a while to build up to long speed, like I said there. But he is a guy, check down, scramble drills.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
You'll see him.
Oh, no, he'll catch the ball over his head and stuff
he
like
will.
that.
I mean, he's the 3-down back. You can see him, like he's always working, 3-down player. He can showcase. Now, the route, you're not seeing a route tree there.
No, that's something
that's Jeremiyah Love's got that.
Yeah.
You're not seeing that with Coleman.
Yeah, you're not seeing that with him. But I will say, from the receptions that he had, I mean, one drop on his career, zero career fumbles. This guy understands how to hold on to the ball despite his angry, style of running. But I will say, I did say he shows elusiveness through tackles and the vision to navigate to the second level.
I do think he has patience.
I'm telling you, man.
And it might be again because he's not fast.
Because he's not fast.
Yeah.
So you got to be heady.
Yeah.
You got to be heady.
It looks like he's patient because he's not quick.
Oh my God, Bryan just.
I'll say this though about the young man. When we get to the traits, this guy might be the best pass blocker I saw.
Yeah, he'll throw. He throws his body in there. He is very willing to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think. Well, as far as pass protection, that was my question mark.
You had a question mark about pass protection?
Yes.
See, I kind of felt like that this guy.
You shouldn't.
What the heck?
I felt like his pass protection was even because of his lack of his height, the being 5'9".
Yeah,
I
thought he was willing to step up. Boise, Washington State, Michigan. Watch these games. He's stepping up and striking people.
What I know is that from snooping, this is something that people are going to be. I mean, obviously he's a Senior Bowl MVP.
Sure.
That is something people. I saw multiple scouts that they care about seeing that consistently.
So we're going to see it in the one-on-one, the pass block,
the pass protection. Of course, I mean, poor guy. He's like, dang it, I'm small, but
he's compact. He reminds me body type wise of Ray Davis, who we saw from Kentucky. Yeah. Now he's with Buffalo, and I was a big fan of Ray Davis's game. But I mean, 17 total touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
I mean, the production's there, nose for the end zone. I'm with you, Bryan. I saw his ability to the leverage. I think he uses to his advantage. Yeah. But he will. He's a violent football player.
I agree.
You see it the way that
he's just not fast.
It takes him a while to get to his top gear. 100%.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to ask you guys. Do you think that I don't know. I feel like the feet are. I need to look.
What's up with you and the feet again? Do we need to get these guys on the footboard over here?
No.
You can give them a look.
You know what though? It's funny when you talk about that. If you were just to isolate running backs' feet, you could probably tell a lot about them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was really curious about Shaw.
Yeah. He's like a hamster wheel.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how people looked at I mean, I feel like Derrick Henry has a good, a strong first step, but he's a checka person too. But this is a short yardage back, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Absolutely.
is a guy that you want in there.
He'll get you some dirty yards.
He'll get you some dirty yards.
Sure.
Okay, that's what I thought of him. All right. I mean, so the pass pro you thought was good.
I was impressed. I was impressed.
I thought that was something that you're gonna stand there and.
Hey, if you don't like it.
No, you're fine.
They'll clip this and they'll come at you.
Oh, no.
On the TikToks. I'm living it right now.
I'm not even saying that it was bad. I literally said pass pro ?
Yeah.
So I didn't even make.
I think that was one of the good things that he really.
Well, what
did.
it might be is the level of competition. I could see, the games that I watched at least. I mean, Ohio State, I threw on, but Washington State, Colorado State, Boise, who had a down year this year. Those were some of the games that it stood out in the pass protection. Maybe they want to see him go up against some of the higher level.
Maybe that's what people looking at. But yeah, I mean, so it's funny. I walked away from watching almost all these guys and. Every one of them, I think, has some level of vision.
I didn't dislike
it.
Yes.
Well, okay.
But it's levels to this.
Let's get through Emmett Johnson in Nebraska, and then we're going to go through, and I'm going to ask you the traits, and you tell me the trades.
Yeah.
Once we get through, Zach, go ahead and talk to us about, by the way, your love for wide receivers from Ohio State is only rivaled by I don't know why you have a love for Nebraska.
I love the Nebraska running backs.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. It goes back to my guy Rex Burkhead. My fellow Plano Wildcat. He went to Nebraska, and I got to go see Nebraska play. It was the year after Rex had graduated.
Yeah.
And it was Tommy Armstrong Jr. at quarterback. They're playing Purdue. It was the last time they were ranked top 10 in the country. There's something about going to see a game at Memorial Stadium, Brian. I fell in love with Nebraska football. That fan base just gets it. They're just like pure football. And they're even looking at each other like, we're not the 8th best team in the country.
What are we doing here?
Like, they get it. I'm selling Nebraska right now for my
You sound like NIL money's going that way. Tell us about
Go Mean Green.
Tell us about Emmett Johnson.
First team All Big Ten. He holds Husker records for receiving touchdowns in a game. Only player in program history to have 100 rushing yards and receiving yards in a game. Now, I will out
They've had some great backs there, too.
That happened in the same game against UCLA. So it might just have been the Bruins had a really bad day.
That's good film. Good film.
He kicked ass. He really did. I also flipped on Michigan, USC, Michigan State.
Yeah.
I mean, he had almost 1,500 yards rushing, 12 touchdowns, was named Mr. Football in Minnesota in high school. And he was a two-way star. Played some safety in high school as well. He's a little bit more high cut compared to some of these guys.
Okay, explain high cut to folks.
So, like, the waist is high.
There you go.
Long legs, waist is high.
There you go.
That's
Short upper body, long legs.
Yep.
That's high cut.
And he's a one cut and go type runner, plays with a lot of consistency.
He runs till he hears glass break.
Yes, he does. He makes the first guy miss, can get to the second level. He's got acceleration and power. You see him make plays in the passing game.
Yep.
He'll leak out into the flat.
That's what he does.
Yes.
He does. North and south type player. I do not like it when he tries to bounce it to the outside. He does not have the same kind of speed like you'd see from Love or Price to do that. I want him just going north and south. He'll also take a rib shot on you in pass pro, and I admire the hell out of that. Part of a reason I started to fall in love with Cooper Beebe, those guys are going to think twice about going at you. You want to deliver. Micah Parsons didn't like that now.
No.
There's some people that want to get that out of the game. Until they do, go ahead, deliver that little boom. He runs hard, finishes, really good short area quickness, ability to start-stop, but he lacks the elite long home run hitting ability, was one of my notes on him. I do think he's shifty, though, in the open field. He'll get some yak. He'll break tackles, weapon in the screen game, inside zone encounters. I think he can really, really excel. I was a fan of Emmett Johnson. He runs tough. Like, if you did not re-sign Javonte Williams, just from a Cowboy perspective, possible, could he be there in the 4th round? Maybe. I think he's more of a 3rd-round guy. Yeah. But maybe Emmett Johnson.
Of the backs you've seen, all those backs you had last year in the draft, I mean, do you have an idea where you would put him? Because there was a gaggle of those guys.
There was a lot. I probably would have gone 4th round.
I was about to say,
I think with him, he would have been in the kind of like Damian Martinez out of Miami, who now, like, he did not end up making it with Seattle, but like that's the kind of area that I probably would have thrown him at last year.
You didn't think that he had some lateral explosiveness?
He's good laterally. I don't like.
I agree with you.
I don't like him hitting the corner and going up.
I kind of felt like that when he bounced it, he had a chance.
He had some twitch.
But you're saying he has a chance.
I thought he got around the corner a couple. No, it is high praise.
I did too. I also thought that his contact balance was better than what I would think would be with his lack of power, because he's not powerful.
Yeah.
I liked the usage, like you were just talking about, some of the, coming out of the backfield, and he was the motion man for Nebraska. He's the guy that's always moving across the line. But his sudden movements in the open field, babies. I mean, I think it really is going to stress, like he really stresses like DBs, because he can see the field and his cutback lanes. Like if he sees a cutback lane, good night.
Yeah.
Have fun. He's unpredictable in the open field. That's why I like him as a receiver too. I think the receiving capability is going to help raise his stock. Remember we talked about that the year that who was that guy? It was the Tulane running back came out.
Oh, Tajay Spears.
It was that kind of running back class that seemed like there was an emphasis.
Thank God you guys got young minds.
Yes, I think that was an emphasis on receiving that year, and obviously Jameer was in that group and stuff. Now here we go. He didn't have no fumbles, and in 2025, and he had limited drops. But hey, what about this guy's pass protection? You thought he was big enough?
Yeah, at 5'11", 200 for
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely.
Did you see it not being very good?
I just didn't see it. It just wasn't clean. He's trying.
clean?
I didn't see it as much.
So effort's good, technique's bad.
Yeah,
right?
and I think-
I don't think you're wrong.
It's not alarming. It's just
I saw Coleman as the best one of this
I
when
agree.
it came to pass protection.
I just didn't see it as much. And he also did play with a quarterback in Dylan Raiola there, who, I mean, you got to be ready for everything.
I mean,
you
he's
don't know where
constantly
he's
doing
going to
stuff.
be. You know, he's not a guy that's going to stay in his spot, which might make it difficult when it comes to where you need to really, you know, set your feet and pass blocking. Because next thing you know, I think the quarterback's going to be standing in the middle here. He's behind me going to the right. I don't know what. Now he's doubling back, reversing field. Now he's going to the left. I don't know what the hell's going on.
You thought he was strong enough to consistently shed and tackle?
For what?
I mean, I'm talking about I'm talking about to shed, you know, to get through blockers. Like if he's blocking, you think he's good enough? He's strong enough
sustain?
to do to the initial contact with power. You guys think he's good enough for it?
Yeah,
I didn't.
I think he's a powerful guy.
Yeah, you thought he was good enough there?
I see where you're going. That I see. I do like the size at 5'11", 200.
I think the size is really good. I think about the play strength. To me, sometimes doesn't look.
Yeah,
and he could
good
work on the
initially, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
the initial
he
latch
absolutely could.
anchor. When you're asking him to do those things, can he grow to be able to do those things? But as a runner, though,
yeah, you got to like the way he runs the football. But
yeah, I think
I was impressed. Like Tony Pollard was a guy that I think struggled with that.
Yeah, and then he got better.
He grew. He
So
grew.
I think he's got the ability. I think that if you can coach him up, and that should be something that him and Price are both going to have to work on those elements.
Any worry about? I mean, this gentleman's going to be 22 when he comes out, but man, I mean, the guy was 40% of their offense last year.
Yeah, wear and tear.
Anybody, anywhere, you think that's something that teams are going to think about is how much work he had to put in?
That might be a reason why he drops a little bit.
Sure.
But
Okay.
I think overall, the fact that he didn't play his freshman year, and this was really the first year that he had a massive full-time
Workload,
starting
yeah.
role.
Okay.
So the workload was really just one big year of production.
Okay, and I think there's one more gentleman. Is Jadarian Price going to be 23 when football starts?
I did not
He
look
will
at his
turn
age.
23 in October.
Okay. So I was just wondering, with so many of these guys being so young,
Yeah.
are we going to see scouts start being you too old? You're not
Magic
old,
20
but
guy,
you too
yeah.
old.
Yeah, but you sure
You're not old.
At some positions, I wonder if running back is one of them where you do look at the age of it and
Yeah.
say, you are too old.
Especially the way that these contracts are and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
exactly.
I just wonder if that's something to think about. But yeah,
All right,
This has been a fun group. I enjoyed watching them.
For the first, we got some others we're going to have to watch, but I
Okay.
wanted to start with these guys. All right, I'm going to run you through these traits,
Okay.
and you're going to tell me which you think is the best of the four. The best of the four. You're going to tell me who, when I give you the trait, you tell me who's the best of the four. Ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Vision.
Jonah Coleman.
It's gonna be Barnacles. Yes, Coleman.
Coleman.
Yeah.
He's the only.
Jonah Coleman, Washington. I'd go with the vision.
I don't know. I think I wrote down that Price has elite vision.
So it's
I
not
like
like you got
Price,
a. It's
too.
not like you got a price call there.
But hey, you go with Price. I'll take Jonah Coleman, but I think that Price does have good vision.
I think he
lean
cheats
Coleman.
because obviously the special teams ability, getting all that experience and
Yeah.
having to do that. I think his vision.
So we're split on that one. then,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna go Price.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Price.
Say it with conviction.
She did.
I'm gonna go Price.
You look tough saying it.
Yeah.
Contact balance.
That's where I'm going to go with. This is a toughie.
No, don't.
I do think most of them you can lean and look at good contact balance here. I'll go with Jadarian Price for contact balance. That's why I didn't go with him in the previous one. I needed to give Jonah Coleman some love. I thought that might be the only area I'd give it to him.
What?
Possibly. We'll see where the other ones go.
You want to fight or something? I'm struggling on whether I want to give it to.
Let me give you something. I'm gonna give you three numbers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you three numbers.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the number 896. I'm gonna give you the number 741, and I'm gonna give you the number 443.
Okay.
Those are all yards after contact for these backs.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to say which back you think has 896 yards after contact? There's one of them. I don't have the numbers for Coleman, so you can eliminate Coleman. I didn't have his numbers. But Love, Price, Johnson.
Give me Johnson.
Johnson, 896?
Yeah.
Is it Johnson?
I'm going to go with Johnson.
Oh, my God.
Or it's Love.
I don't want to
It's Love.
You're sick.
Yeah. I mean, Love also ran.
I'm going to give you number 741.
Okay, well, it's not Price.
That's between Johnson or Price.
Johnson.
For what? For
Contact,
Okay.
yards after contact.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Johnson now, since I guess we got it wrong the first time. Dang.
No, I don't. And I don't get. You
think it's Price?
You can take your stats and shove them where you know where. Because here's the reason.
I don't think it's Price.
It's sample size. Because Jadarian Price only gets 113 carries compared to these other guys. He only ran for 674. He doesn't have the chance to showcase it. So I'm gonna as much as say Johnson and Love.
What is it?
Johnson is 741.
Yeah.
And to my friend over here who said shove the stats.
Shove the stats.
443 for Price, but small sample size, right?
Yeah.
Is what
Which
you're
I
saying?
think is, 443 out of what was his total rushing yards? 674?
Yeah, but okay.
That's pretty impressive.
Price has three, almost 4 yards of carry after contact.
Yeah.
How about that?
I like that stat. We can keep that stat.
Yeah,
That's a good stat. I think Johnson has tremendous contact balance too, but I remember thinking in my mind when you asked this question, I'm going to give it to Price. I'm going to stick with it. Stick with the gut.
So is it contact balance, or is he's big enough to where people bounce off of him?
I think that happens with Emmett Johnson in Nebraska. They bounce off him.
Yeah, he does. But like, what does contact balance look like to you guys?
Like when he gets hit and it's like you're spinning or you're maintaining, you're going, like we were talking about going forward, finishing forward.
You keep your feet.
Keep your feet, keep them working and stuff like that. So yeah, that's gonna what. How about this one? Burst and acceleration.
Oh, that's
Jeremiyah Love.
That's gonna be Jeremiyah. I was gonna say, he's the one that like immediately when you turn his tape on, even when he's just running out like these little routes and just kind of when he's just in motion, you see like, oh, this dude can go. Oh, this dude can go. It's very
awesome.
quick. I mean, his turnover is very quick.
He gets to top speed in a hurry.
It's gonna be him for me. I like him.
If I told you this,
messy.
Again, eliminate Coleman. No, I can put Coleman in this one.
I did say Price has great initial burst and acceleration in my notes.
You go.
Dang it!
If I told you, this gentleman had 23 carries of 15 plus yards per carry, 23 of 15 plus. Of the four, who would you say that would be?
I saw this stat. You're sick. I saw this stat. Who was this?
Of the four guys you evaluated, of Love, Price, Johnson, and Coleman, one of these backs had 23 carries of 15 yards plus.
Is it Price?
It wouldn't surprise me if it was. It seemed like every time he was catching the ball, it's going for a nice chunk.
I think it's Price. I'm gonna.
You gonna go with Price?
I'm gonna go with Price. I think it was. I can't remember which one. I saw this.
Love.
Mother effer.
I mean, Love was, you're talking 40, 50, 60 yards.
Love had 23 carries of 15 plus.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Don't do this.
Amazing.
Don't do this no more.
Price had 11 carries of 15 plus, small sample size if you want to say.
No, it's impressive.
Emmett Johnson had 13 carries of 15 plus.
Okay.
And Coleman had 11. Were you surprised Coleman had 11 runs of 15 plus?
A little bit.
I guess, but don't do this to us no more, because you got me looking like I don't be reading no numbers.
You watch the tape. That's the most important.
I'm like, that's all we can do, because these stats is killing me. These guys are all like close but far away from each other. Like Jeremiyah Love is obviously the clear number one.
I think
Coleman and Johnson are pretty close to me.
This is kind of weird.
I like Johnson better. I like Johnson better than Price and Coleman.
Really?
Yeah.
I do. I like Price as my number two, but Johnson, hey, go Big Red, baby. Yeah. I like what you're doing there.
All right. How about patience? Iisha has no patience with me asking these questions.
These questions been stressing me out.
patience as a runner. And we talked about Coleman because we felt like that he wasn't as fast.
Right.
Whereas I think Emmett Johnson's got no patience. I think he just runs.
Goes.
I think he just goes.
I think that
Price?
I think that
It might be Price.
I was watching. I'm telling you, I was watching Love, and I thought he was patient.
Yeah.
I thought that there were times where
he's
serving. He's
maybe I need
literally.
to go back and
They pull those linemen and stuff. He kind of
Yeah.
tucks in behind them.
I'm watching him read the field.
Yeah.
So I thought that maybe
Because the Love was, we're going back to like the beginning of November.
Yeah.
When I did this evaluation on him, but I did specifically write, I don't see the most patient runner. I think he sees it and goes, but that might just because he's got the vision, like he just has a high IQ and awareness of where is this supposed to go.
I thought his roadie was more see it and go than him.
Price.
I thought Price was more see it and put his foot down and go than Love was. I thought that Love was like a little bit more reading it right away and like going like.
See, I this is where Zach, I agree with Iisha because I was saying because when I look at Love, one of my lines was he does a really nice job of finding creases between the tackles and shows patience when setting a block. Scheme uses pullers on every play.
Yeah.
He lets those blockers get their path, and he follows right behind them.
Yeah, he'll definitely get in some.
That's where I
know you see that, but I think maybe it's just because he's so darn quick.
It could be too because of his
looks
stance.
like
it might be the stance.
he just hits it and he goes. But I didn't see that on the initial watch.
Okay, he had a bad day. Don't worry about it.
So, I just think the teammate was a little bit more patient with the two of them.
Listen,
I'm pretty confident in my running back evals here. I'm not.
That's why you're on the stack. If I didn't think you were any good, I wouldn't have you here.
I don't know about some of these other positions. But the running backs, I feel somewhat confident about.
I'm just going to say, man, I don't think we're going to be, this class is not, so far, we shouldn't be fighting about these guys.
There's stuff to like about all of them. I guess
I think
the
they
one
can
that has
play,
the
but
most work.
we shouldn't be. I think
like Price has to prove that he's not just a 2-down guy.
If just where we are right now, we all are consensus that Love is the best back of the four we've seen so far, right?
Agreed.
Okay. Then now put them in order of how you would want them. Then we got Price at 1. Excuse me, Love at 1. Now stack Price, Coleman, and Johnson.
I would go Price, Johnson, Coleman. I think is how I would take that.
So you would go Price, Johnson, Coleman. Iisha?
I might go. Don't be mad at me.
I'm not going to be mad at you.
I might go.
Curious.
I don't know. I think I like Johnson more than what I think I am. I think it's the receiving stuff for me that just makes him so much more.
That's kind of where I'm leaning myself.
I think that's totally fair, right?
I think
that's where I'm leaning.
Yeah, I understand that.
I feel like the right thing to do is put Coleman second, but because of some of the stuff that Johnson can do to me as a receiver, I might put him second, even though Coleman I think should be third, and then Price would be my fourth. Even though I think Price can really play, just the way that these guys like the different
the whole body, the whole skill set.
Yeah, the whole skill set is what I'm trying to.
That's just a pure runner.
If Price was at Nebraska, would we be thinking about a different player? If Price was at USC, Texas A&M, if he wasn't the backup running back to the best running back in the draft, would we think about him differently? And is his upside just as good as Love and these guys?
Yes.
I mean, I think the upside is very much so.
I think he's ready to
be an explosive player.
an RB1.
Absolutely. And then obviously, too, we talked about the return ability and stuff. I think he can come in and really make a difference in some of your outside zone packages and stuff like that you want to do already. I like the player. I'm just trying to figure out where he fits. Like, where is he going to fit on an offense with his style of play? Because it is very...
I think he's a starting running back. I think he just needs to prove the pass protection and receiving.
And the receiving. He's not the complete guy. Yeah. But he's the guy, it's that whole ceiling and floors thing that always...
He'll develop. I really can't wait to see half the scouts, like, maybe we can touch base with some scouts and talk about feats.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That's good.
Running back feats.
For another day. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I always like going through running backs.
I don't like. Now I'm confused.
You don't like them?
No. I think the running back. You were the one over here talking about your running back.
I love
board's
running
the
back.
best one.
It's always been my favorite position.
Yeah, I got you.
Emmett Smith.
I got you. Listen, well, we do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the stack on these Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like we say, we're going to try and get through a lot of these players. We're going to get through some positions. Going to try and compare and see, kind of give you guys an idea. Heck, it might not always be a Cowboys slant. Cowboys probably maybe not looking for a first-round running back. They should take Love if they have to get stuck, though, and he's there. But again, for my scouts, Iisha Morrison, for Zach Wolchuk, I'm Bryan Broaddus. Thank you for joining us here on the Stack. Crown Global Media, we got everything on it there. We got our merch on there now. We've got all our any things you want to know about these guys or you want to know about the site. It's all there on crownglobalmedia.com. Check it out. All the shows are there. You can even check out Doin Alright with myself, with Vach Lombardi. We're getting into some of this draft stuff as well. So again, for my scout buddies, I'm Bryan Broaddus. Take care, trust your eyes, and we'll see you next week.